Hello again, my people. It's been a couple weeks. Figured I'd get a new video out for you guys. For the 2 or 3 of you that watch these. I had a request to show videos of me and Rocky, my dog, but I said his name and he woke up. But it's raining like hell today, so another video is sitting inside. We're just gonna do a quick update. Still going blind. Been using my Orcam. I'm gonna do a how this thing works video pretty soon, but maybe not today. Today I want to talk about the Business Enterprise Program in Georgia. It's put on by the Vocational Rehabilitation Agency. What it is, the Randolph-Shepard Act was enacted by Congress, which allows a means for blind or legally blind people, which is me, to make a living. And it provides a program in which we can enroll and go through. And it teaches us how to run cafeterias, micro markets, vending routes, things like that on federal property, in government buildings, courthouses, government office buildings, things like that have coffee shops, cafeterias, vending machines. Blind people get the contracts to service and keep those machines up. It's a great program, and I'm getting enrolled in it, by God. I haven't worked in, I had my stroke in 2019, so I quit working. Probably, I'd have to go back and look, but it was probably July of 2019, so 5 years. I haven't worked in 5 years. It took me 2.5 years to get my Social Security disability, so for the first 2.5 years of that time, I had no income, which was scary times. But I've been on Social Security disability for a couple of years now. But I want to get back to work. I want to be productive. So I have my interview with Georgia Vocational Rehab next week. Hopefully things will go well. I don't know why they wouldn't. I'm qualified for the program. But I've got to go through this formal interview process with vocational rehab before I can get enrolled in the program. The training is like 12 to 16 weeks, they say. I don't know, why the 4 weeks, is added on to for some people. I'm hoping to get it done in 12. I got approved for the tandem bicycle program in Cleveland the week of July 8th through 12th. So I want to get done with this training program before I go to that, or I've got to put off my training until that is over. I'm not going to miss that week-long training in Cleveland. It's going to be pretty great. So I'm getting into the Business Enterprise Program. I don't want to run a cafeteria. I don't want to get involved in food service and making food for people. I just want a vending route, something I think I can manage. Give me maybe 2 facilities with 8 machines apiece in each facility. I can get between them. I can have my material and my product delivered to me, hopefully, at that facility, and a place to store it. I can fill the vending machines. Back years and years ago, a prior lifetime, I worked an undercover assignment as a private investigator. It was a union facility, and the only way they could get me into the facility, because there was a hiring freeze, was to hire on with the vending company. And I went in on the night shift. And my cover was I was working for the vending company. I serviced these vending machines. And then I worked my undercover assignment, as I was in there filling the vending machine. So I have experience doing it. It was some years ago. But I at least know, the basics of how the machines work. Sorry, unquenchable thirst. So I want a vending route. They put you through the program. They give you the government facility or facilities, be they government buildings, rest areas, things like that. In Florida, rest areas are huge for this program because there's rest areas everywhere. In Georgia, it'd be kind of tough. There are 2 within an hour and a half drive of me. So if rest areas are what I get, then, that's what I get. But I would prefer a couple of office buildings in downtown Atlanta. We'll see what happens when I get through the program. Like I say, my interview's next week. Gonna go through it. Hopefully get enrolled in the program quickly and get through the training before July 8th. July 8th, me and my son are going to Cleveland, Ohio for this tandem bicycle program. It's going to be pretty great. I think I talked about it in an earlier video. I don't want to repeat myself. So I want to get through this program before that takes place. I'm excited to get back to work. Transportation, logistically, I've got some issues. Transportation is a problem. If this training takes place from, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, any distance away from me, it's going to be a problem. Public transportation in my area is pretty terrible. I mean, MARTA as a whole is good for Atlanta, but my route down here does not begin until 8:10 a.m. So my first bus I could catch here at home doesn't get me anywhere in Atlanta until 10:30 in the morning. So if training starts before that, I've got to get a ride from somebody to a bus transfer facility 5 miles away where I can catch an earlier bus. It's doable. I just have to figure it out. But I want to get back to work, damn it. I am really focusing on learning this technology that's been provided to me at the Blind Rehab Center and taught to me at the Blind Rehab Center. And even though I have usable vision, I'm doing my best to use my phone and my MacBook using the voice-over controls in preparation for the day when I cannot see as well as I do now. That way I know it. I'm used to it. I can use my phone without looking at it. I can use the computer without being able to see it. I've been using the other devices, the Clover Book, the CCTV magnifier for reading documents and books and things is fantastic. While I can still see a little bit, that thing is beautiful. It's perfect. I'll do a demonstration for that as well. Perhaps not today, but soon. I can place a document under the cameras, move the thing around. It'll, let me magnify everything and see it. Or I can take a picture of it and it will read it to me. I've got a handheld Clover 6 magnifier. It doesn't read it to you, but it lets you magnify everything. You can hold it up at a fast food joint and read the overhead menu, menus in restaurants, mail, things like that. I've been trying to use that a lot more instead of my regular magnifying glass that is not electronic. The Clover 6 is a CCTV thing as well. Great technology they've given me. I just got to use them. It makes no sense for them to provide this stuff for me and me not use it. Using the excuse that I still have usable vision and can use a regular magnifying glass, yes, that's true, but why not use the stuff they gave me? So I've been trying to use it a lot more. Spending a lot of time outside with the dog. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this dog. I love him. He's my best friend in the world. He's a handful. While I can see, it's okay. I can do it. If and when I go completely dark, it's a problem. He is not very well behaved on the leash. I work with him every day. He's getting better. But, I can't be completely blind and have him pulling me all around the neighborhood when he wants to go say hello to a goose or a cat. And I'm blind and I can't see what he's doing. For the most part, he is pretty good, but he has issues still. I had, the foot issue. I'm still wearing a post-operative shoe on my foot, but that wound is healing. I almost lost my damn foot, but it is healing. It is doing much better. I think in a couple of weeks when I go back and see the podiatrist, I will get a clean bill of health. It should be completely healed by then. But right now, I'm still wearing this post-op shoe and bandaging the thing every day. I'm supposed to stay off of it, and I can't do that when I have to walk him around my neighborhood 3 or 4 times a day. So it's not healing as fast as it should because I've got him and I've got this issue. If I could find a good home for him in a great environment with somebody who's going to love him and cuddle with him and, everything that I do, I'd be open to rehoming him. And I've made some efforts. But as of yet, I can't find anybody who will take him. He's a bit of an asshole. He's like he's like me. He's like his owner. He does not like people. He's not a peopler. He has to know somebody and see them several times before he is not standoffish with them. Once he knows somebody, he loves them to death. And he will drag me around the neighborhood to walk up to somebody that he knows. But it takes him a minute. So that's going to make it even harder for me to find a home for him because somebody says, yeah, man, he's a cute dog. I'd like to have him. Let me meet him. And they come over, and the first time they meet him, he's not going to want anything to do with them. So I've got to explain that to anybody who might be interested in him that, hey, you've got to come and see him a few times before he opens up to you and you see his true personality. He just is not a peopler. And he's not great with a lot of other animals. Some dogs he absolutely loves and wants to play with them. Some dogs he wants to bite their freaking nose off. I don't know, what criteria he uses to decide whether he likes an animal or not. It doesn't seem to make a difference, male, female. Some male dogs he likes, some he hates. Some female dogs, he likes, some he hates. I don't know what it is. So it's hard for me to find somebody who can take him in. But I'm open to it. While I'm in this training, he will be stuck here in my RV by himself, for 10, 12 hours every day. While I'm working, he'll be stuck in here by himself 10, 12 hours every day. He deserves better. He is not crate trained because he's from the shelter. He is scared to death of being in a crate. I've tried it. So I can't put him in a crate. I just got to trust he's not going to tear my stuff up. He hasn't yet, and I've had him for 1.5 years now. He's done great, but he's not crate trained. When I go to Cleveland for 2 weeks, I don't have anybody to watch him. Tom was great watching him for me while I was at blind rehab, but he can't do it again. Rocky wanted to kill his daughter's cats. So he cannot watch him for me again. I don't have anybody to watch him in July for the 2 weeks while I'm gone. Once me and my son get this bike, at the end of this training, they're going to ship one to my local bike shop to assemble it for me and give it to me. I want to take some weekend trips on the bike with my son or with, somebody else who wants to go with me, who wants to, pilot the bike and just let me ride bitch on the back. I want to go on some long camping trips, some long, weekend rides. That's my jam. I have nothing to do with the dog while I'm doing that. Sorry about the noise in the background. My ham radio is going off. Some idiot's talking. I don't have anybody who can watch him for me to do overnight trips. So rehoming him is probably the best thing for him and for me. So I'm working on that. So, hey, the 4 people that watch this video, if you know of anybody who, you just heard what I had to say about him, if you know anybody who would be a good fit for my dog Rocky, please let me know. I hate to let him go, but he deserves better than some old blind crippled man keeping him in a little tiny RV. God, sorry about this radio. Hold on. God, I forgot it was on. All right, be quiet. So, while I'm standing up, there he is again. That's my buddy. He's a sweet dog. He needs a good home. Uh, if you or anybody you know could provide him one, please let me know. I'm going to be incredibly picky. You know, somebody can't just show up and say, yeah, I saw your video and I'd like to have your dog, and they're going to go off with him. That's not how this is going to work. He's my best friend. I think he saved my life a year and a half ago when my son and his mother brought him to me. So I would not be here lonely by myself. I think this dog saved my life. And I want to do everything to keep him. So also on that same note, if you know of somebody who can help train me and him on how I can keep him with my limitations and my issues, please let me know. I mean, if I could keep him, I want to keep him. I mean, he's my buddy. But I just don't know how to do it in a way that is fair to him when I'm going to be gone 10, 12 hours a day every day. You know, just walking him in the morning for, 30 minutes and walk him in the evening for 30 minutes and then we go to bed, is not a good life for him. I can't have a fenced-in yard where I live right now. So, he's stuck inside unless I'm walking him. So, if you know of a way I can get around that and keep him, please let me know. I'm not going to cry on camera. I've done that before over the dog, and I'm not going to do it this time. But this is a very heartfelt plea. I need help. I need to know how to function as a blind person with a dog who is not a dog guide, and have him live a life that is fair to him. So, all right, that's my video for today. I want to go over the Clover book with you guys. I definitely want to go over the Orcam with you guys. This is like the greatest gadget for vision impaired people in the entire world. I use this thing every day. It reads text to me. If I point to something, it reads it. I've got a few people programmed in here. It recognizes faces when, I can't see very well, and my son or his mother or a couple of my friends in the neighborhood are, in view of the camera. It will say their name to me, so I know when I'm walking up to a group of people. If I'm looking at Micah, it will say Micah, and I know where he is, or my friend Mark. So it's a very cool device. There's a few other people I want to get programmed in here pretty quick. One thing I did not mention about Blind Rehab, I made a very good friend at Blind Rehab. She is the most awesome chick I think I've ever met in my life. No offense to the chicks I already know. Excuse me, I'm not going to be masochist. The women I already know. But this woman is amazing. Her name is Christy. She's an instructor at the Blind Rehab Center. And she is a very great person. We have a mutual love of music. We're both sarcastic. She's a very, very cool chick. So Blind Rehab was good for me, not only for the reasons I mentioned before, the great technology that they taught me, the knowledge they passed on to me, but I made a really, really good lifelong friend, and I'm thankful to them for that. Not that I didn't meet other cool instructors there, but Christy is amazing. So that's a shout out to my friend Christy. She'll probably never see this. I don't think she's ever watched one of my videos. She's very, very busy. We talk quite often, but if she does see this, Christy, you rock. All right, that's it for today. I'm going to do a video again. Like I said, somebody requested videos of me and the dog. I will set the tripod up and be outside playing with my dog so you guys can see Rocky. I'm going to go over this Orcam. I'm going to go over, the CCTV reader, all the other stuff that they've taught me. Probably set it up and do a little voiceover demonstration on the MacBook. But I'm not as up on that as I am on the iPhone. But I use the iPhone to do this recording because I sold my GoPro. So I can't show you voiceover on the iPhone. But if you see me out and about in town and you see me looking at my phone, you're like, how's this blind man using this phone? It's because I use voiceover. I don't need to see the screen to use my phone now. I can do everything with voiceover controls, which I think is pretty freaking cool. Anyway, all right, love you guys. See you soon.